Hey guys, it's still August the 12th. I had to run in because my battery was draining. I went out at 100% and was doing a little 15-minute video. And by the end of 15 minutes, my battery was down to 10%. It got hot, so they were draining the battery while I was doing the video. I sometimes don't understand. I guess I do. I mean, they don't want any information going out about this targeting. I don't feel like I'm that they've been torturing me so bad and messing with my brain and my nervous system that sometimes I don't feel like I'm very clear for myself. I'm like, wow, I really couldn't remember what I wanted to talk about. But I think any information where you've got somebody who is just speaking credibly, and you don't have to speak complicated about this. This is a very complicated situation, but I think they get very frightened of anybody who can just say what's happening to them, and doesn't have to know everything, but is just talking about this in an intelligent manner. So let's keep doing that, guys. I kind of wanted to stop. I was getting kind of negative because we know this system is really big and corrupt. I was talking about the contractors, and if they weren't doing anything that was illegal or unsavory, they wouldn't need these hundreds. There's hundreds of contractors within the United States and other countries, more and more in other countries. That participate in directed energy weapon systems testing. And I was just kind of explaining how this doesn't make any sense. If they were experimenting with this weaponry or in a lab or something like that, it could be straight. The DoD could do it straight, or the CIA or DARPA or whoever. They get these private companies because they're doing unsavory things. They're doing illegal things that they want to hide under the umbrella of a private corporation. And that's my theory. I'm sure there are a million other reasons that they do that they do contract this work out to third-party contractors, but that's definitely one of them. Now, my room is really messy, guys, but I did want to show y'all. I just got this in the mail, and it's an earthing kit. So there's two wristbands right there, and then you got this cord that goes into the third prong. You see this little, it's like a one insertion thing, goes into the third prong of your outlet. I wanted to tell y'all about this because recently Dwight Magnum came onto the calls, I think about 2 weeks ago, and I've played around with earthing a lot, but I've always experienced my attackers would attack me differently. So I'll admit it to you guys, my attackers have scared me off of grounding. But this time I've been doing it since last Saturday, and it's been having a lot of great effects. I got my first REM sleep, like a 3-hour cycle where I actually had a non-directed dream, because I can't remember the dream. I just know I had a dream. And it was the end of a 3-hour cycle of sleep. I've felt more energy, even though they are still hitting me. It seems like my body, has more energy and it's not building up. Also want to show y'all, this is my grounding blanket from earthing.com, and it has the same. I don't think I'm going to be able to reach over there. But this is my third, and it's a mess in here. I'm going to unplug that. You see, it has the same kind of cord that goes to the third prong. And if y'all can see that, it's going into the third little prong underneath the blades of the outlet. So, I'm going to use these wristbands and get some super grounding going. My bunker I still do have to use it, but I'm hoping that the grounding will kind of pull me away from what they're doing, because Dwight, and he has a YouTube channel, and he knows a lot about grounding. There's probably a lot of people who know a lot about grounding, but he was making some points on it that were very good. The thing that kind of perked my ears up this time and made me completely, I'm gonna really do it consistently and see where it goes. See how much better it makes me feel. Is he was mentioning, our skin is the biggest organ on our body, and it's conductive. So, what happens when they hit us with this directed energy anywhere is that our body becomes more conductive. They're basically introducing positive ions and free radicals into our body. That's why a lot of people have a lot of success with negative ion generators to get relief, because they're kind of canceling out the positive ions. But what I've experienced, what he's talking about, there are cumulative effects of this torture, and I do believe that one of them is because every time that they hit us, we have more free radicals and more positive ions in our cells. So it has a cumulative effect. It's like this energy is building up in our body. So earthing helps to ground out all that negative energy, all the positive ions that the actual directed energy is building up in our cells and in our skin, because it's making our skin more conductive. So I'm really going to give this a real college try. It seems that I got a lot of relief in the first 3 days, and then my attackers kind of counter-striked. I think they're scared of the earthing, so they're trying to get in as much as they can because they're kind of worried that it's gonna make me feel a lot better. So they're turning things up. They're turning up the heat. I have noticed that I have a lot of chatterbox, but when I started the earthing, it seems like that connection to the unmanned chatterbox was weakened a little bit, so they have to do more stuff manually. That's what it seems like to me. Now they could have changed things up to kind of mess with my mind, but that's what it kind of seems like to me now. Is that some of the things that they had to really get this cycle going on, in my body. Those things were kind of weakened in the last week. But I'll give you guys a lot more info as I keep doing this. Dwight has a device. You can get like a copper, basically a copper wire, or alligator clips with a third prong thing from Less EMF, and then connect it to straight aluminum. Which this is my enclosure. Just it looks really bad. But I'm in my room right now, so. But what was I saying? Yeah, it connects so you would have this thing which connects to your wrist. He would have aluminum to be the point of connection to your body, and then kind of a homemade ground going to the grounding outlet. I'm thinking about making one of those, or getting in touch with him. But I'm kind of trying these, consumer-based grounding kits. You can also go outside and just do it the natural way. Go put your bare feet in the grass or lay in the grass. But since I do, sit in my condo a lot, I wanted to get some stuff set up, where I had this kind of artificial ground, I guess if you want to call it that. I think that two things that I would say, target individuals may need to triage with if things keep going like they are for me, and I do see that the earthing, the grounding is really working, is, I would get Dave's CD, and I'm going to try and put that up on my YouTube channel, guys. I've been talking with Dave, and he says that would be okay. It is copyrighted. It is his property, but we're going to try and get it up there as long as we can maintain the level of quality on it. My battery is now at... How's my battery going down when I'm plugged in? When the charger's plugged in? But anyway, guys, so I'm going to work on some stuff. Please get that TI survey done. The global TI survey done, when you can. If you haven't started on it now, it is due in by September 22nd. That's the latest that I've heard, and it's now, it's August, 12th today, so you got some time, but you want to, if you haven't done it yet, you want to give yourself some time, because, you know, remembering everything that occurred if you've been targeted for a long time is kind of a process. But yeah, please get that done. You know, the more that you know, that these men who are helping us can get a census of who this is happening to, and, you know, trends across the board, and real proof that this isn't in our imagination. The more that we can get medical help. So, you know, and also I do want to mention, go to Terry's website, stopgangstalkingcrimes.com. He has a new video of an actual somebody who worked for a private security firm, and knows about this. Actually, a whistleblower who, I'm not sure if he was a gang stalker, but he actually participated in you know, I guess some of the financials or whatever, or he may have actually participated in gang stalking. I've got to go watch it, but I've been hearing about that this week. I just haven't had a chance to go and see it. You know, also on stopgangstalkingcrimes.com, there's a buddy list. You know, so if you're a TI that needs help, or you need to be connected to somebody, there's you know, he's trying to start things where we can stay in touch by phone. You know, if somebody needs help, they would always have somebody that they could contact. So we're trying to start a lot of initiatives like that. He's doing a great job. You know, he's handing out flyers all the time. You know, he's doing t-shirt, kind of like a, you know, I think every 2 weeks, you know, giving out a free t-shirt about our situation. I've got to get my t-shirt. I've handed out a couple of flyers. I've handed them out to my parents, you know, my psychiatrist, some people around my condo, and other places. I'm getting warmed up on it, but I think I need to do that because, you know, I'm isolated, I'm separated from people, and it's hard to stop thinking about this because it is truly murder. It is truly a 24-hour a day. Like the contractors who are on this, like the people doing this to me, you know, there are a lot of men involved who, they don't care. They pretend that it's like, that it's orders top down. Like they're taking orders chain of command, and they've got to do it. But they're also making money and lying about innocent citizens, because I'm an innocent American citizen. I haven't done anything to anybody. But in their heads, they are justifying it as like taking orders from a chain of command. This is what I'm picking up, guys. So, you know, that could be part of the narrative. It may be more confusing than that. But what I'm picking up is that they're ex-military guys. They have networked, you know, through some fraternal organization or just the military. I think in my situation, they've networked through Masonry to get into, you know, to get hired by this contractor, to get this contract. And now, you know, they take it as they're taking it as this chain of command, a military chain of command, like they're murdering me and I'm an enemy combatant, and they're doing war games kind of. It's like a double-minded thing. Half of their brain is thinking, and it's thinking this at the same time, that, you know, this is war games, so they're experimenting with the weaponry. You know, they get to experiment with all the communications for DHS fusion centers, and you know, messing with stuff to harass and psyop me. But the other side of their brain knows that they're murdering me, knows that it isn't a game. So they hold those two thoughts, like, hey, this is war games and experimentation, and, you know, we're playing with these weapons, and, you know, all the organization that's going on between agencies, and they're holding the same thought that they are murdering me. They know they are killing me and do not care. So it's a very double-minded thing that is going on with the gang stalking, with the directed energy weapons. I think a lot of target individuals would understand. You need to read 1984 if you have not. I think that a lot of those authors that wrote about dystopian futures, you know, were touching upon something that was part of a plan that they knew about. They weren't really fortune tellers or very perceptive. You know, they were part of families that knew, you know, some stuff was coming like this. I'm kind of getting off track, guys. I'm at 15 minutes. I'm going to try and do longer videos. But for now, I'm going to leave it at this, guys. I hope you guys are good. God bless. He is behind.